I used to eat beef jerky all the time, and then it felt like randomly one day, it just started getting really expensive for no reason, so I just stopped buying it. So today I'm gonna marinate and then smoke my own beef jerky at home and see if not only we can make it better than anything you can buy at the store, but also make it for way cheaper.
And later on, I'm gonna test out a single ingredient shortcut to see if we can make delicious beef jerky at home in even less time.
But first, I'm gonna go to the gas station and get some store-bought beef jerky because honestly, it's been a long time, I haven't had it in a while, and I wanna see what we're up against.
Looking at the options at the gas station, I was pretty unimpressed with not just the amount that came in the bags, but the prices.
I guess this is what 22 bucks of beef jerky looks like these days. This isn't even 8 ounces worth of beef jerky. So dry. I do like the flavor of this, but it's just so rubbery. This is like $10 and there's like 5 bites worth of beef jerky in there. More tender, but the flavor's not very good. It kind of just tastes like smoke. You know what I mean though? I feel like these used to be, like this would be $5 or something. I don't know, maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
All right, enough of that. Let's make some real beef jerky. So people use all kinds of cuts for beef jerky. It's entirely up to you. To get the best bang for your buck, I'm using a beef top round roast, which comes from the inner rear leg. It has a lot of muscular connective tissue and a pretty low total fat content, which would be bad if we're trying to just cook up a steak for dinner, but it's good for jerky because a really fatty cut of meat melts and shrinks. So we want a lean cut that will dehydrate. However, lean meat doesn't automatically mean that it's tough and dry, because when you smoke it low and slow over a few hours, it helps soften the meat, make it tender, while still maintaining that jerky consistency that we're looking for. Beef top round is also just really affordable, but you could also use bottom round, eye round, sirloin tip, flank steak. People use all sorts of stuff for it.
All right, let's get started on this marinade. So a lot of these things you may already have at home, but none of them are hard to come by. So for about 4 pounds of beef, we're doing a cup of soy sauce, 2/3 cup Worcestershire, 2/3 cup teriyaki sauce, 3 tablespoons of dark corn syrup or maple syrup, 30 cranks of fresh black pepper, 1 heaping tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 crushed garlic cloves, a sprinkle of MSG if you feel so compelled, and 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Maybe a little more. We're gonna marinate this for about 4 to 6 hours, not too much longer than that. The high salt content in the soy sauce can actually start to dissolve the meat and make it turn to mush. Ask me how I know. Zip it up tight, mix the bag around real good, and pop that in the fridge, and wait until you're ready to smoke. We'll talk a little later about some specifics for smoking beef jerky, but you want it between 160 and 180 degrees for this, and it should take between 2 and 4 hours. Honestly, this can go a lot faster on a hot day, but if you're smoking when it's cold out, don't be surprised if it takes a lot longer. The jerky should look dry and dehydrated, but still have a chewy and tender bite when it's finished. When you're happy with it, let the meat rest on the counter for a few minutes and place it in a Ziploc bag. Boom, you've got the most amazing beef jerky made from home by you. Now, before I show you some tips to make this even easier, let's compare this to that jerky from the gas station.
Also, hi, I'm David. This is a mostly barbecue YouTube channel where we also cook things that are not just barbecue too. So if you're having fun so far, go ahead and subscribe.
All right, here's the end product. And boom. This whole bag of beef jerky cost me about 40 bucks to make. And this bag from the gas station cost me 10.
My HVAC guy walked in right as I finished making this batch of beef jerky, so I figured why not let him taste it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I'm a monster.
Go for it.
I already know what that one tastes like.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you make them? Haven't ate all day too, so.
There you go. It's perfect time. There you go, man.
Thank you, sir.
If you want to get more into the specifics of the math, I paid about $1.30 per ounce. The store-bought was $3 per ounce.
Clean t-shirt, okay. You just put it like completely over my face. I think we're thinking about this too much. I feel like I'm like about to be executed or something. Please don't. Guitar strap. Left, right, okay.
Describe it as you eat it.
Tastes like beef jerky. Yeah, it's good. I like beef jerky.
Excellent feedback.
This is better. This tastes homemade. It's very good. It just tastes more fresh. It's way more tender. And I feel like the flavor sticks out a little bit more too, honestly. Same thing. One on the left and one on the right.
Okay. So this is the gas station one, obviously. I know that because I've been tasting it all day. Yeah, it's just like very underwhelming. It's fine, but the fact that I paid like $10 for like so little, it's also sweeter. Mine is way meatier, more tender.
Yep.
You still get the smoky flavor because it was sitting on the Traeger for so long. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like this would make the perfect like Christmas gift or something to hand out to family and friends. Just wrap it up in some leftover butcher paper, put a bow on it. All right, a couple tips for saving some time, but not really money. If you're willing to spend a little more, you can buy this pre-sliced beef from Costco. It's another $2 per pound, and you can also ask them to cut your beef eye round or top round for you if it's not out on display. Also, you could just use a more expensive, easier to cut slice like flank steak, which is delicious for beef jerky. The second is to buy a high mountain jerky kit, which is amazing. I've got the link in the description. You can get it on Amazon. I bought the garlic and cracked pepper, which is delicious, but it's obviously a very different flavor from the homemade jerky. It's got this helpful guide on how to smoke the jerky, a handy ratio chart, and it's kind of all you need to buy outside of the meat itself, so it makes it just a really low effort way to make amazing beef jerky at home. You mix up the cure and the seasoning together according to the ratio that they give you and just sprinkle it over your meat. Make sure everything is nice and covered, then put it in a bowl to make sure you got even distribution, and put it in the fridge overnight. I love how simple and easy this method is.
I didn't have enough room in this Traeger to fit all the beef jerky, so I gotta bust out this old boy. This is the old style controller. This is the new like D2 fancy Wi-Fi controller. This one you can just set to 165 if you're smoking beef jerky or something really low and slow. This style, the lowest temperature that you can see is 180. So you actually have to turn this one on and then just leave it on smoke. It's not plugged in.
Wait.
This thing's so dirty. If you try and cook jerky at like 225 or 250, it's gonna be super dried out. Even 180 sometimes is too high, although in the winter, these Traegers can't really be left that low. They'll just bottom out and shut off. But in the summertime, you can leave it on smoke and it should be good. Now, it's probably gonna take a couple of hours, and really when it's done is up to you. It's kind of how you like your jerky consistency. It doesn't need to be as dry as the jerky in the store. You can get it until it's just chewy but still pulls apart. That's kind of how I like it.
Since these pre-sliced ones are a little thinner, you don't want to leave them on the smoker quite as long.
I took a bite of this one earlier just to see. Wasn't quite ready, but I think that's perfect. I'll take this off, put it in a Ziploc bag. That really helps. Keeps the meat super tender for some reason. I think it's like the steam and condensation or something. And then next, I'm gonna make my brother-in-law try it. You want to try another round of beef jerky?
Sure. All right.
Good. I'm gonna have to blindfold you again.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Are we going? Are we rolling?
Yep.
This is heck of good. You get the jerky flavor. It's way fresh. It's not over seasoned like at all. Like you probably could have actually maybe used a little bit more, but personally for me, I think this is fantastic. I know it's more money, but like not that the other ones that we did were too thick, but this feels more like jerky than the other ones did.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is heck of good, man.
I don't even know why I need to be blindfolded. I got pointy piece.
A pointy piece?
Like the garlic seasoning they give you for this is so good. I think I probably over smoked it a little bit, but dang, the flavor's addicting.
That looks great.
That is insane. This looks like more like a gelatin candy next to this.
Right. Yeah, that looks like
That looks like meat.
All right, if you make either of these recipes, I want to know. I want you to come back, leave a comment with your experience. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And why? See you on the next one, my friends.